What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Irving TV, here with another video for y'all. And currently I'm on the road to 100 subscribers. So if you could do me a favor, go ahead and press the subscribe button so that way you can get the latest videos from me as well. And yes, as you can see, I finally got my new camera. No more scratches, no more specks on the lens. So quick backstory, I had to send the camera back, the other one that I got back, because I just didn't like it. And like I said before, the reason why I originally didn't get the same one because it was unavailable. But the funny thing is, as I was sending the other one back, as I'm looking around Amazon doing my research, I found the fit for it. It was a better one, it's a different version, so I think that's why the other one wasn't for sale, because they was no longer making that one. So, and I'm not gonna do another unboxing video because basically three of the same videos on my channel, so I didn't want to do that. So I just decided to just get the recording. On to today's video. Now, as you see in the title, yes, I owe money. Now, I don't owe the mob, I don't owe a group of people who say they're gonna beat me up if I don't give them the money the next couple of days, whatever. Nothing that extreme. But I do owe money. And what I mean by I owe money, I am in debt. Now, I'm not in as much debt as, some people in the world, some people in America are. I'm not in that great of debt, but it's enough to, I don't want to owe money anymore. Here's some backstory on how I got in debt. When I was younger, a couple years back, I got my first credit card, which my spending limit was 300, whatever, what have you. So I really never used it that much. I mean, I use it, but I always paid it off and everything of that nature. When at my job, when I got my raise, when I got my first raise, I was like, oh, I need to treat myself now. So that's when I got the Mustang. And that's, if you don't know, that's finance. I pay car note on that. I make car payments on that. And the car was like 10,000 around that area, plus processing fee, DMV fees, and all that. So I'm thinking I was like close to 12,000. I think somewhere around that area. So there was that. So, but at the time I was good, sort of. I didn't know what I know now. But anyway, so I had that, and of course I had the credit card still. It had a balance on there, but it wasn't that much. But at the same time, I wasn't making that much money. So not as much as I'm making now, but I wasn't making it, a lot of money. So I was trying to pay that off, whatever. So which I did end up paying off. But then I think a year and a half after I got my Mustang, that's when I moved in with now my ex. At this time, of course, I still have car payments, and then I had my credit card too, which they increased my max spending. So I think by the time I moved in with my ex, I think I was at 12, maybe 1,300 on my credit card, and then plus I had the card payment. So, and then long story short, I'm not gonna get into any details, but long story short, I ended up paying majority of the bills, and when I couldn't, well, I never missed any bills, but when things came up like food, gas, and all that stuff, I would rely on those credit cards. And then I also, around this time, got a Sam's Club credit card, so I was using it for like groceries and Christmas and all that stuff. So basically, when everything ended with that situation, I think I was maxed out on both credit cards, which was $3,000 on one, and then the Sam's Club was like $900. So $4,000 that I owe on these credit cards. Plus, I still have my car. So I think altogether I was at $13,000. That's not a lot, but when I finally came to my senses, I'm like, why I'm paying the banks so much money on something that's even long gone or going down in value. So finally I decided, I need to find a way to pay this off, which I was doing a good job. I didn't really do no mess ups after this point, but I was doing a good job, but I'm still kind of using my credit card from time to time, and then I paid off immediately. But that means I just keep myself stagnant. So I was like, I wasn't going anywhere. So I remember one time I was looking at funny enough, I was looking at the Dodge Chargers, and I was thinking about trading in the Mustang and getting a Dodge Charger, just some thoughts in my head. And as I was looking up to see if this was wise, because I think the think I plan on having like a 7, 8 year loan, whatever. And when I was looking if this is a good idea, here comes Dave Ramsey. So if you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, I'm gonna put the link to his YouTube channel on in the description somewhere. But basically, he's a financial advisor, and he gives real good advice on his radio show. It's not like these get rich quick schemes or any scams or anything like that. It makes sense. He one of his main thing is live debt free, cash is king, all that. So I'm sitting back, watching all his videos, listen to his advice, listen to some of the people that call in. Some of these people that call in, they like 40, 50, 60, even hundreds of thousand dollars in debt, which make me feel better about my situation, but nonetheless, I'm still in debt. So I'm listening to this, and I'm listening to what he's saying, and it makes sense. It just makes sense to me. So basically, his logic is if you're in debt, and he don't really, shame you on it. He gets on you about it, but he don't shame you about it because he was in a similar situation where in his mid late 20s he was a millionaire, but because he was in real estate. But the thing was, he was doing it based off loans. So he was taking loans out on these houses, and even though he became a millionaire, when the bank he was working with got bought out, they immediately wanted their money, and because of that, he went bankrupt. He lost a lot of stuff. So some of the advice, I'm not gonna put all of them on here. So like I said, go ahead and watch them for yourself. But some of his advice is like, look, if you got a $30,000 car, you're only making $30,000 or $40,000. First of all, it's time to sell the car. Sell that car, get $1,000 or $2,000, and use that to a beater car. $1,000, $2,000 car to a beater car. Because even though it might be a beater, the reason why you have a car is to get you from point A to point B, which I strongly believe. And then also to have an emergency fund of $1,000, so that way, just in case something happens, instead of relying on your credit card, you at least have some money set to the side for those emergencies. Whether you have to get repairs on your car, or this happen, or that happen, things like that. Something happened to the car, you got $1,000, get another $1,000 beater, but you're not in debt. So you might have got a setback, but your debt didn't increase. It's just so. And another thing that he believes in is have a tight budget. If you write down everything on paper, or put in the app, or however you have, whatever. If you have a budget, you will realize where your money is going. Another thing he says is you got to get a second job, increase your income. And one thing he says is you're not allowed to be in a restaurant unless you're working in one. You don't need to be eating out. You don't need to be eating fast food. Get groceries. You're now on rice and beans, beans and rice. That's exactly what he says. It's a little bit of exaggeration, but you get the point. You're not gonna be eating gracious. There was one guy that was telling his story on there. He said he ate spaghetti almost every single day, to the point by the time he finished paying off his debt, he hated spaghetti. But the point of the fact of the matter is he stuck to his plan, because we think we got all this money, so what we do, we give car payments, and we want to have the best, and then because we're trying to keep up with the Joneses, we end up in debt trying to impress people that we don't even like, or people that don't even care about that. And then he also helps you on trying to become a millionaire, and not in the way that you're thinking, but like with investing, stocks and things like that, 401k and all that kind of stuff. And it just makes sense, because once you're in debt, and he said you should be debt free with the exception of your home, so mortgage, and even then you should be on the goal to pay your mortgage off. What's it saying? Live like no other, so you can give like no other, or live like no other, so you can live like no other. I forgot how he says it, but all this stuff makes sense, and it touched my heart, because I'm like, I've been getting things on credit cards, getting loans, and all that stuff. Luckily, I haven't went off the ship yet. Well, not even yet. The thing is, I didn't go off the ship. I don't have. Luckily, I don't have any student loans. I've been blessed enough to be able to get grants and stuff like that. So I'm trying my best to go to school without taking out any loans. If I gotta do scholarships or pay for them out of pocket, that's the route that we're going. What's some other stuff that he says? Oh, here's another thing he says. You cannot borrow your way out of debt. So basically, when people try to take out loans to pay, to pay off this credit card, whatever. So with all that being said, after listening to Dave Ramsey, and sometimes I listen to it around my girlfriend, and she don't like it sometimes because now I'm trying to instill this into our relationship, which I'm not gonna get too much into. But sometimes when people first hear Dave Ramsey, they're like, really, this guy? What is he talking about? I'm not following that, whatever. But it just makes sense to me. It really makes sense to me. Now, do I agree with all his views? No, I don't. But his advice on how to handle money makes sense. So for the last couple months, I've been trying to, be on this plan. Haven't been really going out to eat. I'm still not. I'm not perfect, so sometimes I still screw up here and there, which is okay. But as long as I stick to my goal, not spending money on this, not spending money on that, not taking out loans, not swiping my credit card, and all that stuff. Because the funny thing is, I paid off one of my credit cards, and then I remember calling that credit card company, closing out that account, and cutting up that credit card, and it felt so good. So with all that being said, my goal right now is to pay off the Mustang that's out there and pay off my credit cards so I can be debt free. Because right now I have goals that I want to meet, because the way that I'm looking at it, the money that I'm putting towards my debt right now could be money towards something even bigger. So basically, long story short, I'm putting about a month over $700 a month in my debt. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money to be paying off something that I already have, for something that's going down in value, like my car. Because think about it. Imagine while I'm paying off my Mustang, it breaks down. And then now I gotta pay for not only the car note, but I also gotta pay for getting repaired as well, which I've done before. So, like I said, it's just a goal of mine, because after watching these Dave Ramsey videos and just thinking about how my life could be without debt, it just, I kind of want to live by that, because to be able to just open up your checkbook or what have you and just be able to pay it in cash with no problem, not worry about, oh, how I'm gonna pay this bank off, how I'm gonna pay this credit card, how I'm gonna make a car note, oh, they're gonna repossess my car, oh, how I'm gonna pay rent, you know. And it's just, that's what I wanna live by, just financial freedom, and just be able to, and also mental freedom as well, because if you're not being hammered by debt, you have a little, it's just you're relieved, because like I said, if you're not paying off debt, if you're not paying anything on debt, you have a lot more money available to spend, to be able to give and not have to think about it. So that's basically, I don't know, I'm kind of running out of words to say, but that's basically what I want to talk about today in this video: how I'm in debt and how I'm planning on getting out, and also recommending you to take a watch or listen to Dave Ramsey, at least hear and see what he got to say, and just think about it, because I know some people are set in their ways, they don't mind car payments, they don't mind spending their credit cards, whatever. And I'm not knocking those people, but just have another perspective, because think about it. The reason why we have so much money troubles, because we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. We have loans here and there, car notes, whatever, because we're trying to impress other people. The way that I look at it now is, if I had to buy another car, let's just say the Mustang broke down, right? No, I got in a wreck or something like that. An insurance company gave me like $4,000 or $5,000 or whatever the cost was at the time, reimbursing me for the wreck and whatever. And if they gave me that much money, most people, what they do is they use the money they got from the insurance company as a down payment for another vehicle. Because of what I got now and the lessons that I have learned, if I got $6,000 or $5,000 for the insurance company, that car ain't gonna cost more than that. I love my Mustang. I love a fast vehicle. I love sports cars and muscle cars. I'm gonna look for a muscle car that's in that price range. And if I want something a little bit more, if I got money saved up, that's $5,000 plus. Let's just say I have 2,000, so five, six, seven. I have $7,000 to go towards a muscle car. It ain't got to be the latest, greatest, 2018, 2019. You know, I hope one day I can buy a Dodge Charger in cash because I really love that car. But until then, I'm happy with what I got. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say, and that's it for today's video. So, anyway, I'm sorry that I rambled so long, but I just something I wanted to share with y'all, and hopefully you get good advice from watching Dave Ramsey. Like I said, I'm gonna put his YouTube channel in the description somewhere, so that way you can at least listen to what he got to say at the very least. So, anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and press the like button. If you dislike this video, hopefully you didn't, but if you did dislike this video, go ahead and press the dislike button because I always appreciate honesty. Drop a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and until then, promoting peace, gaming, and wings.